In chapter 8, the elders approach Ezekiel, likely seeking information about Hananiah's prophecy regarding the conclusion of the Babylonian captivity. Ezekiel then conveyed the vision of God's glory, departing from the temple, and the vision of destruction in Jerusalem. In chapter 14, they sought a message from the Lord. But instead, the Lord confronted them about the idols in their hearts. Now, in chapter 20, the pious-acting elders return to Ezekiel once more, seeking guidance from the Lord, and possibly contending that their long-standing relationship with him would exempt them from judgment.
The Lord responded, "I will not be inquired by you. In other words, I will tell you nothing. Yes, you go back a long way with me.
But it is a long history of rebellion. Isn't it obvious? Look at the abominations of your fathers."
The Lord's repeated question to Ezekiel to pass judgment on them
conveys God's emotional response to their inquiry. God then instructed Ezekiel to review for them their history of national rebellion.
I said to them, "Cast away, each of you, the detestable things of his eyes, and do not defile yourselves with the idols of Egypt. I am the Lord your God." But they rebelled against me and were not willing to listen to me. They did not cast away the detestable things of their eyes, nor did they forsake the idols of Egypt. Ezekiel 20 verses 7-8. The house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness. They did not walk in my statutes, and they rejected my ordinances. And my Sabbaths they greatly profaned. Ezekiel 20 verse 13.
And the second generation was like their fathers.
The children rebelled against me. They did not walk in my statutes, nor were they careful to observe my ordinances. They profaned my Sabbaths. Ezekiel 20 verse 21. When I had brought them into the land which I swore to give to them, then they saw every high hill and every leafy tree, and they offered there their sacrifices. And there they presented the provocation of their offering. There also they made their soothing aroma, and there they poured out their drink offerings. Ezekiel 20 verse 28.
They were defiling themselves by practicing child sacrifice. For this reason the Lord would not answer their questions. Ezekiel 20 verse 31.
The question facing the present generation is: will you defile yourselves after the manner of your fathers, and play the harlot after their detestable things? As mentioned in the previous video, you are responsible for your walk with the Lord. You cannot give the excuse that your church has no Bible reading plan, and that's why you do not read the Bible.
You cannot blame that on your church leaders.
Neither can you blame your environment, the people around you, for your actions or inaction. Even if you live in a swamp, you can be a stick in the mud. Be different.
Stand out from the rest. Be like Joshua, Caleb, or Phinehas.
However, note that sticks in the mud cannot save the swamp. Do you recall Ezekiel 14? When God sent one of these judgments, famine or wild beasts, sword or plague, against Jerusalem.
Even these three men, Noah, Daniel, and Job in their midst, cannot save the people.
They could not save either their sons or their daughters. They alone would be delivered, but the country would be desolate. Chapter 20 again places the responsibility to God on the individual. Not on the previous generation. Not on the people around us. Not our parents, nor our leaders, but ourselves.
The question is, will you stand out from the people around you, or will you defile yourself just like them?